Well, hello, everybody, and good evening. It's a little bit after 6 p.m., 1 minute after 6, so I'm going to go ahead and get started. I'm sure that people will continue to log in as we go along, so I'll start with some of the basic items that everybody can really afford to miss. Well, in case you aren't sure how you got here, you are at the webinar entitled CSA Legal Issues. My name is Rachel Armstrong, and I am the Executive Director of Farm Commons. Farm Commons is a nonprofit organization, and we're dedicated to providing the proactive legal services sustainable farmers need to become the stable, resilient foundation of a community-based food system. So we are the organization that's behind the webinar series, and we're really excited that you wanted to spend your Tuesday evening with us. Okay, so I wanted to tell you a little bit about myself so that you understand, why it is that I do what I do. Farm Commons is really the result of many years of work that I've done on farms and in food system development. My career in this area started out just after I got my bachelor's degree in southern Wisconsin. I decided I was going to go work on a wonderful CSA farm in my area. It was Vermont Valley Community Farm, in case you've heard of it. And I had a wonderful experience working there and learning a lot about how CSAs work. But my farming career wasn't exactly the right choice for me in terms of my physical capacities. So I transitioned more into nonprofit advocacy. But I've continued working as a worker share and as a volunteer on CSA farms. I've also served on the board of just a moment. So I'm wondering if everyone can hear me. Actually, can you type in the box if you can hear me? I suppose I can't ask if you can't hear me because then nobody would type in. Okay, people can. I have a helper who's working with me, and it seems like, everybody, okay, a lot of people can hear. Well, Craig, I'm sorry, it's just you who can't hear. Craig, do you want to take your laptop up here? Okay. So I'll go ahead and introduce Craig. Farm Commons is a one-woman shop, but I roped volunteers into helping me out with my webinars because I love the chat box function, and many of the people who attend the webinars like the chat box as well. But I can't also read the chat box while I'm talking with you. So I've gotten Craig to help me out with keeping an eye on what's going on in the chat box. Normally, I don't want my helper to be in the same room as I am because you might hear some echo if my mic picks up him talking. But since for some reason he can't hear me in the other room, we're going to be in the same room. So just FYI, once Craig gets set up again, we will give that a test and see how it goes. Okay. So I was talking about my experience with CSA. If you're familiar with the CSA Coalition in southern Wisconsin, I was on the board of that organization for a while. And actually, it's my experience with farms that really led me to Farm Commons. I never thought that I would become an attorney. It was not what I wanted to do with myself, but I started to realize that the farming community, especially direct-to-consumer agriculture, really had a lot of interesting legal issues, and there was nowhere that I could go when I had questions while doing my work. So I decided